In this video, I will explain some of the things that you need to know and remember when doing truth tables. So when setting up our truth tables, we start by making a column for each of the simple statements, A, B, C, etc., that occur in the argument. These columns are called the guide or the base columns. We then make one column for each premise in the argument and one column for the conclusion. The conclusion is always the last column in the table. We mark the conclusion as such by using the conclusion indicator. We then separate the guide columns and the rest of the columns with a double vertical line. Or, as I've done in these videos, I'm going to shade in the guide columns with a different color. Something to make it visually stand out is helpful. It's not necessary, but it's really helpful. Okay, then the next thing we need to do is fill in all of the truth values in the base or guide columns. We do it according to this method. Starting at the farthest left base column, we fill in the truth values using the pattern TF, TF for as many rows as we need. Moving on to the next base column, the one to the right of the farthest left base column, we double the first pattern. So we go true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, etc. for as many rows as we need. If there is a third base column, we double the previous pattern. So we go 4 T's and then 4 F's, and then repeat if needed. We keep going like this, doubling the number of T's and F's each time. So if there was a fourth base column, you would need 8 T's in a row and then 8 falses. And this, setting it up in this systematic way, ensures that you will have all of the possible combinations in your truth table. It also ensures that your truth table and somebody else's truth table will look exactly the same. We'll have the same truth values on the same lines, which isn't necessary really for proving the validity or invalidity of an argument, that they be in some particular order, but it just makes it easier to talk about the truth tables and to compare them. So how many rows are there in a full truth table? For a table with 2 simple constituents or 2 simple statements, we need 4 rows. For a table with 3 simple statements, we need 8 rows. So in general, a full truth table requires 2 to the n rows, where n equals the number of simple statements in the argument. So when we had 2 simple statements, we needed 4, because 2 to the second is 4. When we had 3 simple statements, we needed 8 rows, because 2 to the third is 8. So if we had 4 simple statements, then we would need 16 rows. We would need 2 to the fourth, and so on. So it can get quite long, very crazy. But we're not going to do truth tables for more than like 3 simple statements, because we want to keep it, because it just gets tiresome. So we have another method that we're going to use for determining validity and invalidity called truth trees, and we'll use those for the more complicated arguments.